We have a lot to cover in today's episode. Today, we're going to take a look at the equity markets. We're going to see whether or not they're in jeopardy here of breaking down. We're going to be taking a look at gold today. Gold is interesting right now, and we want to make sure that we're aware of the possible trade lining up. We're going to take a look across the markets. We're going to do that all together. Now, I want to start this I want to start off this session with making one thing clear. I do believe that I do want to start this session off. Noting one thing, and one thing very important. I believe that the risk that we were looking at over here last week when I said equities are risky is now out of the picture. Not that there are not risks. There are always risks, and it's usually the one that we're not looking for that really crushes the market. Could that be some type of solvency event in 2021? I don't know, but the risk that I was looking at over here was the Supreme Court hearing the Texas case. And once they decided not to hear that, you saw over the weekend, Bitcoin went bid. We opened up really risk on this morning. We also had the Brexit, right? That was a huge market risk. That was also delayed. Those two risks are gone from the market. From here on in, it looks like that we could be looking at a possible Santa Claus rally. I would not be surprised if the S&P were to go on to make new all-time highs before the end of the year. Nevertheless, we're going to track and follow what's going on over here. We're going to follow what's going on with price. We're going to take a look at what happened today. As you could see, the S&P sold off pretty hard over the last couple of hours. That came off over here, as you saw, that New York City mayor warned that New York City may go back to full lockdown. You could see that those headlines coming across 3 hours ago, 2 hours ago. That's what set off the sell-off in the equity markets over here. I want you to be aware of where we are right now. You could see right now, you have this line over here. Follow my mouse over here. That's a line of support that we're coming into testing, right? No big deal. Technically, the S&P is still looking very good. Now, a couple of questions I want to ask you. If we're able to hold this support down over here, right, would you be looking to buy a resumption off here, playing the range, looking to go back and test the new all-time highs? You know that your risk would be definitely managed. It's a good or decent, probably by the time the trade triggered, a 1-to-1 risk reward. Is that a trade that you would be interested in taking? What happens if we lose this support over here? What's next? What are we looking at over here? At that point, we'd probably be looking at a bigger drawdown over here. Actually, we could be looking at a substantially bigger drawdown. The next bit of support is coming over at 35.46. So watch out over here. Never, ever take the buy into support. Always wait to see if the support holds, and we resume back off over there. I'm interested right now to see what else is going on with the rest of the indexes. Before we do, just a big heads up over here. There are plenty of scammers out there looking to do what they do best, scam. I will never, ever share a phone number over here in the comments with you. I will never solicit any type of investment from you in the comments. I will always communicate with you through video. Also notice over here, Conquer Trading and Investing. If you're not sure if it's me, click on it and check the number of subscribers. Also, do be aware that all videos for me are highlighted in gray like this. Anytime I comment, it is going to be highlighted in gray like this. By the way, this comment came across today talking about how he just joined the course, had his first profitable week last week since joining the course, and never had so much clarity. That's what I love over here. Never had so much clarity. Love that over there. So be aware, we have lots of scammers, and we want to make sure that everyone stays safe. Of course, risks for the market. I mentioned that 2 risks have been removed. They were the ones that were most in front of us. People are asking me in 2021, what are the biggest risks I see to the market? And I have to be honest, I make a living and I live on the 8-hour time frame, which is what we're looking at right now, meaning I'm watching what's happening in front of me, and I just try to stay on the right side of the trade, right? I cannot look ahead to see what is going to happen, whether it's 2 months from now, 6 months from now, or anything like that. If I had to answer, it would be solvency. Solvency is definitely a risk that we could all see. That could definitely be something that we look at in 2021 that really, really becomes a problem. That's why we're seeing over here this morning when we talk about further lockdowns, the market selling off. And I want to jump ahead over here before I get into the rest of the indexes with you. I can't wait to share this with you. And here's what I want to focus on over here. By the way, this is the Dow over here. You can see the Dow selling off as that came across the wires, taking out 30,000, right? The VIX, though, you could see the VIX rising over here. Why? Because there's concern that further lockdowns are going to lead to some type of solvency issues, and that is something to really be not concerned about. We don't need to be concerned because we're following what happens in front of us on the charts. If there is a trend change, you know we're going to be the first to pick it up, right? So that's what we need to focus on. At the same time, you want to be aware of the macro landscape and what's going on around us. Now, let's keep going over here. I want to get a really good look across the markets. This morning on the live stream, I noted that the NASDAQ was right into resistance. Right over here, you notice that we were right into resistance, and you can see so far we've been rejected, but are still holding this support over here at 12,444, okay? So we're kind of in no man's land right now. What are we waiting for over here? A couple of things, right? I said the safe trade, and the trade I might actually go with would be if the NASDAQ gets back above this line of resistance. Now, if that were to happen, right, going into London, watch out for that. That would be an interesting trade, right? That would be the trade that has no name. Now, what else are we looking at over here? Probably the safer trade, probably the trade that I would look to go with would be if we were able to get above this resistance over there, look for the retest and resumption. Why? Because that's conquering the markets all day long. That's a high probability trade. That's what I'm looking for over here. If we take out this little bit of support that we're coming into, what are we looking at over here? What's the next level of support we have over here? Follow my mouse over here. My eyes were drawn to this area. Now follow the crosshairs horizontally of the mouse, and you could see this little bit of area. You can see again that was resistance, should now be support. Another touch over there, and then over there broke above, retested it. That's the area we're looking at over there. Let me go ahead and draw a line over here because it is quite possible this line is going to come into play as early as tomorrow. That's at 12,143. Watch out for that area. That is an area that we would look to see if price were able to hold. Everything so far continues to look bullish over here. The S&P looks extremely bullish. We are right now consolidating right here, right off the all-time highs. Yes, this is a little bit cause of concern, the fact that price made a lower swing high, okay? We're definitely aware of that, but at the same time, we are consolidating. Let's see what happens in after hours tonight. Let's see if we break this area over here. Let's see if we look towards a market correction. A market correction generally is about 10%, right? What are we looking at over here from where the last all-time high was? That would take us back down, back down, back down. I'm trying to get a feel over there. Big support over there also at 33.33. All right. Listen, I'm not calling for a correction. I don't think equities are as risky as they were last week. I think that we have removed 2 risk events from the market. I'm looking ahead at signal. To me, that signal is a couple of things. We're going to see that continued discussion about some type of quote unquote bipartisan stimulus deal. That's going to be the carrot before the market, right? That's going to help the market continue to remain bid. We have the FOMC meeting this week. The FOMC always finds a way to outdove the market. Watch out for that. And what else do we have? We have seasonally the Santa Claus rally. This is a really good time of year. Historically, not that this time won't be different, but I'm also looking at the big signal, the amount of QE that we're going to be looking at 2021, not just from the Fed, it's also matched by the ECB. And you take a look at the G10, you're talking $315 billion monthly in QE purchases. That's enormous. We're going to track back to that in 1 second. The equity markets here, I just want to say, continue to look and hold very bullish technicals, right? We're watching over here. This is clear as day. A breakdown over here will put us on the back foot. That will give us an opportunity. We'll track that together. But at the same time, some risk has definitely been removed from the market. I want to check in on the dollar over here. You can see what's happening. We have this little bit of a bear flag over here that we broke down from, retested, and have resumed off of. this resistance right over there at 90.83 continues to hold. What are we looking for over here? You have some people who are always looking for market reversals, looking to pick that top, looking to pick that bottom. We're not looking for any type of reversal. As long as we're under this trend line over here, connecting the March 2020 high, okay, then you can see this touch over here in May. By the way, this is where I went bearish on the dollar. As long as we continue underneath this trend line, we are extremely bearish on the market. Pull up Brad's chart over here of the DXY. That's this trend line right over here. That would not send us bullish on the DXY. We would need to be breaking above 92.50. And at that point, we'll become dollar bulls and we'll ride it out. Now, what else is going on over here? I want to talk about gold, right? Before we get into Bitcoin, by the way, I gave a nice update on TradingView on Bitcoin and on the Euro US dollar today on TradingView. I will link those in the description for you. Here on gold, what I want to talk about is not so much as what's going on over here on the chart. Let me go ahead and actually clean up this trend line that's now no longer serving a purpose for us. I don't want to. How funny is that? Jordan does not want to check out the chart. We're in no man's land, right? We're in no man's land right now, but I do want to check out this with you because charts do speak 1,000 words. Over here, I'm looking at 10-year real yields inversed. And you could see over here how gold tracks that very, very closely. And look at this disconnect right over here. Now, at the same time, I want to pull up this chart of the volume of global negative yielding debt. You could see that over here in red. And you could see that disconnect between gold also. I have said over and over and over again, to me, in my eyes, we are looking at 2021, gold going on to make new all-time highs. Is this possibly an opportunity over here to lean into gold right now as that disconnect, these jaws of the alligator will soon snap shut? Let's go look at the chart with that in mind and figure out what we see. I'm going to do something a little different. I'm going to start here on the 3-day chart over here. All right. I don't like these lines all the way extended down. Let me just remove them because I like clean charts. I'm just going to work right now off horizontal support and resistance. And you know what? This is very negative technically what we're looking at right now. You can see over here this line. It's at, let's call it 18,052, okay? 18,055. It's in that area I have here between these two resistance. Let me go ahead and make that a little bit clearer for you all so you can see what I'm focused on over here, right? Below that, that's not looking good. On the 3-day, you can see we're making lower lows being rejected off of there. Obviously, that is not something where we want to look to position ourselves in over here just yet, right? For us, right? For us to get back above this area, I'm going to call it 18,055. That would be the first indication that it's getting safe for us to look to go ahead and weigh into that market and to see if it's time to go ahead and start nibbling and start getting a position that starts flowing in our favor. I think it's still too soon because I'm a price action trader. I look at the technicals and I trade off of price. And right now, I'm not seeing any indication that I would like to enter into the market over here. If I tried to make the bull case, the best that I could do would be flip to fundamentals, right? I can't do that on price right now. I can't do that on price alone. So I want to trade with that momentum. I want to wait until this looks a little bit better. And we're going to be watching this closely for the next few weeks, waiting for that opportunity. Same thing with silver, but silver does continue to consolidate a little bit better. You can see that silver is consolidating over here sideways. It looks a lot better than gold has looked. I've been saying that for the last few weeks, right? And if silver is able to clear above 24.30, that would open up the upside over here. 2021 might be the year of silver. Silver goes on to make new all-time highs, taking out $50. Watch out for that. I know that I'm going to be. Bitcoin over here, I'm going to leave you with the link below in the description to TradingView. If you're on TradingView, if you use TradingView and you do see that link and you watch what I'm looking at over here on Bitcoin, please go ahead and either add a comment to that or definitely smash the like button on that. And if you're watching this video and you want to support me, my work, and this channel, please go ahead, smash the like button, share this video. Everyone, have a beautiful, beautiful afternoon. I'll see you all in the morning.